Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Married, with Children star Christina Applegate admits pressures of being sex symbol led to eating disorder. Christina Applegate said this week that the pressures of being portrayed as beautiful and sexy on Married, with Children led to her developing an eating disorder. Playing that character kind of did things to me in my psyche that were no bueno, like anorexia, the 53-year-old explained on her Messy podcast while speaking to guest and former Married, with Children co-star Katie Sagal. Yeah, a pretty bad eating disorder started when I was doing that show that lasted for a really long time, she said. Applegate said that she never told anyone about the disorder at the time and was very, very private about it. I would hide in bathrooms to eat, because I had so much shame around eating that I would hide on the airplanes, like when we went to London, she said. I remember hiding in there to eat like one shrimp, 'cause I was so afraid if anyone saw me eat that they'd think I was going to try to get fat or something. I don't know. I was in such a dark space. Sagal, who played Applegate's on-screen mother on the show, which ran from 1987 until 1997, told her that she didn't know all that. Applegate answered, "Yeah, I kept everything close to the chest. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the wings of my life that you guys didn't know about." Sagal agreed that Applegate was very much scrutinized on the show because she was the sex symbol. Being a sex symbol at 17 would F with anyone's head, Sagal said, adding that it was a very misogynistic show. But she always felt Oklahoma making misogynistic jokes on the show, because she never felt it was her opinion, Sagal continued, explaining that she was just playing her character Peggy Bundy. So, I was able to keep that separation, but Chrissy was very much scrutinized and tried to keep in a box, Sagal continued. So they put her in tighter skirts and shorter skirts, so there was a lot of that. Applegate admitted that the provocative wardrobe choices were actually her idea. Her character, Kelly Bundy, was originally written as a tough, biker girl, but she said she was inspired by a girl interviewed for the 1981 documentary, The Decline of Western Civilization, Part 2, The Metal Years, who told interviewers she wanted to continue her modeling and her actressing. And she had this big F hair and a white lycra dress, and I went to the wardrobe department and I said, "We're changing this, we gotta represent the zeitgeist of this rock, slutty video vixen thing that's going on in the world right now where the men and the women all look the same. You know. They have the same hairdos." So that's where she came from. But she quickly realized she may have shot myself in the foot by suggesting a sexier version of the character, who would have to stay skinny. In a 2023 interview with Vanity Fair, Applegate discussed how much people were focused on her looks rather than her talent on the sitcom. "I was never on the receiving end of any kind of lasciviousness from anyone before Married, with Children, because I was wearing bells around my ankles and moccasins and wearing patchouli," she told the magazine. "I was a gross little hippie kid. Looking back on it in hindsight, it's pretty gross. Yeah, that part of it kind of sucked. Men had posters of this little 17-year-old, with me holding pearls. Like, who let me do that? I didn't even know what the connotation was." She first opened up about her anorexia on her podcast last May. "I just deprived myself of food for years and years and years. It was torture," she said. "I wanted my bones to be sticking out, so I didn't eat." And while she never talked about it at the time, she said that people on the set noticed. "It was very scary to everyone on set because they were like, 'Christina never eats.' And I didn't," she admitted. "They talked to me about it." The costume department was altering her outfits to be smaller than size 0, according to Applegate. "But to me, I was enormous." On this week's podcast episode, Sagal talked about how her character was also put in racy outfits, which she admitted was her idea. When she first auditioned for the part, Sagal explained that Peggy was written as slovenly, but she decided she didn't want to portray her that way, so she came to the audition sort of dolled up, like I wore a tight dress, and I wore little like cat-eye glasses, and I had my hair up. The producers liked the sexy look, and then you're stuck in those clothes. The pair also agreed that over the years the writers dumbed down both of their characters. "We didn't start stupid," Sagal said. "Kelly couldn't open a door once," Applegate laughed. "I was like, are we really going here? This is what's happened now. Like she can't open a door." For 10 years,